so great to see so many of you here at Peak Performance Networking Evening. Before I start, I'd just like to have the acknowledgement of country. We would like to acknowledge the Wiradjuri people who are the original custodians of this land. I would like to extend this acknowledgement to any Indigenous Australians, both past and present. To kick off the night, we'll be presenting a short video based on our recent clients over the past few years. We'll be showing their wide range of presentations. This includes men's health, occupational health, community rehabilitation, outpatient and our school-based program at Beacon Rise. We are also excited to announce that Peak Performance Physio has received funding to commence telehealth with the Little Peak Mine. This will allow us to extend our service into the broader community. So enjoy the night and please enjoy the video as well.
Hi, I'm Chris. I live at Peak Ridge and I'm also currently employed by the local mine. On top of that, I own a farm 40 odd kilometres out of town. About a year ago, I put my back out at work, but I didn't really worry about it. You know, working in a mine and growing up out in the country, we don't really worry about that sort of stuff. And it is kind of embarrassing to bring it up. You know, there's a bit of stigma around it. Plus, I didn't want to cause any dramas for the guys at work if I said I got an injury there or something. After hurting my back, I was unable to do a lot of the activities that I used to enjoy. This is things like riding around on the Forerunner and playing with my dogs. I've got a couple of Kelpies that help me out on the farm. Following hurting my back, I put on a considerable amount of weight. And with this crook back, I was piling on the kegs and I was getting down in the dumps. My mood was really affected. And I thought for a few months there that I was feeling quite depressed, honestly. My life was on a downhill spiral and I didn't know what to do to fix things. But then, thankfully, the guys at work put me on Peak Performance Physiotherapy. They were very thorough in assessing my back. As well as that, they also linked it into how that could have been affecting my mood and also making me feel a bit depressed, you know. Started me in these group exercise classes. Group exercise has been shown to be as, or even more effective than medicine in relieving some back pain. It also provided me with really beneficial social outlet to meet people and build a great rapport with other members of the community that were going through similar things like I am. And I found this really helpful. The team at Peak Performance were really diligent in referring me on to a few other professionals, such as a social worker and a psychologist to talk about my mood. They also referred me on to a dietitian to help address my diet and get me on top of my weight. Look at me now, like Channing Tatum. The social worker gave me some valuable resources on a thing called cognitive behavioural therapy. I didn't know much about it. In fact, I'd never heard about it before, but I found it really helped me take control of my thoughts, and because of this, I've noticed my mood's been a lot better in the last few weeks. I live a long way from Peak Ridge, about 40 kilometres out, on the other side of the mine, which makes it a real pain in the backside to get in for appointments and such. The team at Peak Performance set me up with this thing called telehealth, where I can just call them on the old blower or off my computer, and we go cover everything. You know, as a matter of fact, Bronte, the physio's calling me right now. G'day Bronte, how you going? Yeah, I'm well, thanks. Just filming a video at the moment. I'll give you a buzz back soon. Rightio, hooroo, hooroo. A 2016 literature review by Bradford, Caffery and Smith looked at the effectiveness of telehealth for rural Australians, us country folk. It included an impressive 116 articles utilising 72 telehealth services. All the articles were deemed to be of high quality, and the conclusion of the data was that telehealth is beneficial for addressing some of the health challenges for rural Australians, such as access and improving quality of the services. Literature review by Moffat and Eli, 2010, looked at the results of 143 articles evaluating the effectiveness of telehealth for rural and remote Australians. The article used a pre-established benefits framework which included a number of patient reports on benefits such as cost, improving access, and also the quality of care. These guys also found that there is a great benefit in telehealth, and this is based on cutting-edge research. Hi Steve, we're here today at Peak Ridge Mines to discuss an incident you had a while ago that restricted you a fair bit. I understand there was a major injury at work, and it not only affected your work life, but also your personal life at home. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Gary. So basically, I'm a diesel mechanic at Peak Ridge Mines, and I experienced a severe crush injury to my left hand, which meant I broke several bones in my hand and my wrist after a pretty heavy piece of equipment fell on it at work. I was servicing one of the machines in the mines, which is part of my role.
Yep. So, what was involved with the injury afterwards?
So basically, I had to go undergo some high-level orthopedic surgery at local tertiary hospital, and they basically repaired all the damaged tendons and bones in my hand. I lost some sensation to my little pinky and my ring finger, and I lost a lot of strength in that hand and forearm as well. So being a diesel mechanic didn't mean that strength and that sensation to be able to do your job, so that restricted me from returning back to work. So after the surgery, I went through some physio in the hospital during my stay, which helped a bit. The physio then told me that I needed to continue the therapy after I got discharged, and at that point, that's where I sort of came in touch with you guys.
Okay, and it was at this point that you were offered the physiotherapy services from your workplace? Wow.
Yeah, it was great. So basically, my manager explained to me that this had an affiliation previously with patient campaigns, and the services were now being turned around as soon as possible to be able to before the injury, which involves that heavy lifting and manual work, as required as a diesel mechanic. As you know, Gary, being a diesel mechanic.
That's the kind of response we like to hear, Steve. Looking more into your goals and achievements, how is the physiotherapy as adding to you return to work?
Basically, we're really comfortable to working with the physio for peak performance. She explained to me that the therapy will be aimed at achieving the goals required by the patient. It was centered around my personal goals that I actually have in mind, not just what the physio wanted. So I personally have an Indigenous background myself, and the physio I worked with was very considerate of this. She never was judgmental in her approach to me or with the treatments, and she also made a fair bit of an effort to seek help from an Aboriginal health worker to understand my personal beliefs and traditions that are quite high value to myself, that not many doctors or health staff I've worked with in the past have really considered. So I really appreciated that from physios at Peak Performance.
Yes, yeah, and being a culturally competent physio is extremely important in being able to understand clients of different backgrounds, Steve. So we'd love to see that our staff are applying these principles in their practice.
Yeah, like as I said earlier, like that physio made me very comfortable with the whole approach. I mean, after you've had such a big injury, you can imagine like how scared you'd be about going back to work or really paranoid about using that quite injured limb. So the whole rehab process was quite a positive one for Peak Performance. And also being a male miner in a small country town, there's a lot of stigmas associated with being extremely independent and tough. So growing up, I wasn't encouraged to seek much help when it came to my own health, unless it was a really severe problem. So the physio I worked with really made me feel that the management process was centered on what I required to return to work. And here at Peak Ridge, we really pride ourselves on being injury-free as well. So prior to my injury, the workplace was about 300 days injury-free. Now I know myself that that number's not completely accurate because there's heaps of much in the workplace that are getting injured on a regular basis and they're not reporting it themselves, feeling with the pressure to keep that record going. And from higher up, we have a lot of pressures to maintain that injury-free period. But I mean, when you have your whole hand crushed by a huge machine, it's quite hard to overcome such an injury. However, the expectation of being a high risk occupation like a miner usually also compensating with their health and ultimately placing their safety at risk.
Yeah, that's right, Steve, and it's great to see you talk about such an overlooked issue in the workplace. It's essential that we, as health professionals, make you more aware of the dangers in compromising your health and that the strategies you're able to take to identify risks and address them appropriately. As physiotherapists, our focus is on restoring your function as much as possible.
Yeah, that's and like you guys will be so helpful with the whole process and organising Peak Performance. endurance with manual tasks. And us being minors and me being a diesel mechanic specifically, there's a lot of expectation to be able to do a lot of repetitive movements with heavy lifting throughout an extended period of time. As this journey involves being able to tolerate this lifting and be able to do it safely and effectively throughout the period of your whole shift. So the physio that I worked with was fantastic with tailoring that kind of aspect of my job with the therapy I was receiving, and she made that one of the goals, being increasing the endurance required for my job. She also helped me set out a great home exercise program that was set to progressively become slightly more challenging and slowly develop the endurance that was required of my profession to get back the function of my hand and wrist and go back to being a diesel mechanic.
Yeah, fantastic hearing it, Steve. A lot of time we hear about clients returning to work and not being able to keep up with the demands of their jobs, especially with manual labour-based professions. So it's great to see that our therapists are taking these important considerations on board and applying them to your return to work plan.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Gary. The whole experience has been a huge positive for me personally. I'm really thankful for the services that Peak Performance has provided me, and more importantly, the chance for me to return to normal life and work again. There's a lot of external pressures in my life that having to provide for my family, and your services from the business at Peak Performance has only helped me to reduce the stress after experiencing such a traumatic injury.
Yeah, that's terrific, Steve. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Playtime in Peak Ridge is a health promotion initiative started by Peak Performance Physiotherapy. It will run in conjunction with the local school as an extracurricular activity. We are collaborating with the local dietitian to create a holistic and multidisciplinary environment. Our program aims at reducing the rates of childhood obesity and increasing activity levels in rural New South Wales. The program will focus on educating children about the benefits of exercise and nutrition in order to improve lifestyle habits and encourage active living. Our program will include 3 sessions per week of non-competitive group-based sport. This will include frisbee, dodgeball and soccer. Our service is catered to all ages at the Beacon Rise Primary School. We will also run education sessions during PDHPE class. We will work alongside Deborah, the dietitian, to give insight into healthy eating habits and healthy living. Lifestyle patterns among primary school children have become more sedentary through decreased activity level and poorer dietary intake, stated by the Australian Bureau of Statistics. The World Health Organization states that 25% of Australian children are overweight or obese. Jones, Matry and Associates state that rural children are 1.47 times more likely to be characterised as overweight than their city counterparts. Obesity affects children in numerous ways. A study by Lee in 2009 states that obese children are more likely to be bullied, discriminated and suffer from mental health disorders. The report states that 1 in 4 Australian children were overweight or obese. 24% of these were boys and 23.1% were girls. This is concerning as research shows that if this trend continues, Australian children will decrease their life expectancy by 2 years. It is also hypothesised that obese children have a 25 to 50% chance of being obese in adulthood. A literature review of school-based interventions targeting childhood obesity revealed that 70% of interventions effectively reduced BMI. Children spend most of their time at school, therefore, it is an optimum environment to influence exercise and healthy eating habits. Promotion of exercise through fun activities whilst limiting unhealthy food in canteens can effectively aid in the prevention of childhood obesity. School Activity and Nutrition Survey stated that less than half of primary school children surveyed met the Australian Activity Guidelines. This has been a steady decline since 2004, with approximately 2.2% accounting for boys and 1.2% accounting for girls, which did not improve among children who participated in after-school programs. We at Peak Performance are committed to reducing childhood obesity.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm an Aboriginal healthcare worker associated with Peak Performance Physio.
Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm a physio at Peak Performance.
Today we're going to be doing a follow-up telehealth conference with our patient Tom. So telehealth is becoming an increasingly popular platform used to provide a range of training and support strategies for current health practitioners as well as those entering the workforce, particularly in rural areas. It's also a great resource to contact our clients that are not able to come in all the time due to distance, expenses, and it really increases the compliance of their program. So we're just going to ring up Tom now.
Tom, how are you?
G'day guys, I'm doing well. How are you?
But I'd just like to run through that home exercise program I gave you last week. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. Been doing my exercises every day,
That's
morning and night.
Have you been able to get the sling on and off by yourself?
Yeah, a little bit of. It was hard to start with, but now I'm doing it pretty well.
Yeah, can you just show me those pendula exercises?
Rightio, let me pop the sling off. Alright.
Yeah,
There we
looking
go.
great.
Forward,
really good,
and then I
really.
do the ones where I go to the side, and then the other ones I go around in a circle.
Perfect. Can't wait to see you next week, 10 o'clock.
I look forward to it.
See you then.
Thanks, Ellie.
Hi Tom, how are you?
Pretty good.
That's good. I'm just going to ask you a few questions now about how you felt with the services you've been accessing.
Yeah, no, they've been good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Just drawing back on that consult you've got next week with Ellie, have you talked about bringing your family to the next one with you?
Yeah, I discussed with the family because I know, I think that it's a good way for their health to be looked after too, and if we're all doing it together, they can learn how to better look after themselves. as well.
Exactly. That's a
Yeah.
really good point, Tom.
Good
So it would be
too.
great to involve your family as much as you can. And also, how have you felt when you're accessing these services? Have you felt like you're culturally safe and are all the services meeting your cultural needs?
Yeah, you guys are really good, and I think you help with it because that's what you were trained in. But yeah, everyone's good, and I feel that they're really respectful.
Good. Do you mind if I emailed you out an evaluation form to fill out, and that gives us an idea of where you're at and how we can improve any of the service you're receiving?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, good. And Tom, is there anything else I can help you with at the moment? Have you got any questions?
No, I think that's pretty well it.
Okay, great, Tom. Well, Ellie will see you next week at 10.
Alright.
All right. See you, Tom.
Bye.
Bye. Here at Peak Ridge, we also do home visits. This is mainly for the elderly and those that find it difficult to attend appointments. Today we're going to meet an 84-year-old woman, Val, and Val has been referred by her GP due to having recurrent falls. We've come to visit Val because she's no longer able to drive and she lives home alone. Home visits have their advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are the patient feels comfortable in their home, and we also get to view them in their home environment and seeing how they do their ADLs every day. The disadvantages are there's often lots of distractions and it requires a lot more time for us for the travel to get here and get back to our appointment. So we're going to go and view Val, and she's an 84-year-old woman having recurrent falls. So let's go see Val. Hi Val, how's it going?
Oh, Mum, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm Hannah. I'm a physiotherapist from Peak Performance Physio here to see you.
Oh, love, I can't hear you. I'll just go turn off that
Okay,
TV.
no worries.
Oh, thanks. That's how I almost fell over last time. How do you turn this thing down?
Beautiful, that's great. Thanks, Val. Come and have a seat.
Want some pie?
Oh, I'm alright, thanks, love. That's fine. Okay, so your doctor has referred us to you because you've been having a few falls in your home.
Oh, yeah, especially around this carpet.
Right, so that's what's causing you to have your falls?
Oh, most of the time, but sometimes I just get a little dizzy.
A dizzy, right. Okay, are you on any medications that could be making you dizzy?
Oh, yeah, they're all in the kitchen. Do you want me to go grab them?
Yeah, sure, that'd be good.
Oh. Here's a list of them.
Great, thank you. Okay, yep. So you're on quite a few. Yeah. So did you know the more medications we take, the more we are likely to have a fall?
Ah, no,
Yeah,
I didn't.
So that could be contributing. But have you clipped anything around the house?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. So in the last 12 months, how many falls have you had?
One in the bathroom, one in the kitchen, one here. That maybe more,
Maybe
but a few
three, at
trips.
least 3 or 4.
Mm.
Okay. And you live by yourself, so are you able to get up after you have these falls?
A few of them I've had to just lay there.
Yeah, okay. Did you get any injuries from the falls?
Me hip.
Your hip. Did you break your hip?
Yeah.
So you could have gone into hospital for that. Is that why you're walking a bit funny too, a bit sore?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Well, what we might do is I just want to have a quick look at how you're going with your sitting and your standing and your balance to see if we can work on some of these things that are causing you to have
Oh,
falls.
me balance isn't good.
No, not good. Alright, we'll have to have a look. Is that alright? Okay, thanks, Val. Alright, Val, so we're on a bit of a better chair now, and we're going to do some sitting and standing. I just want to see how you go getting up from a chair, because often if you're having difficulty with this, that means you're probably going to have falls getting out and whatnot, okay? So, I want you to just try and sit up as you normally would from this chair.
I usually have some arms that I can push myself up on.
Okay, well this chair doesn't, and that's not good when we use our arms a lot. No, so what we want to do instead is I want you to shuffle your bottom towards the edge of the chair for me. That's better. Now, narrow those feet a bit. Yep,
That
good. About shoulder width apart, nice. And now what we're going to do, when we go to stand up, we're going to move our shoulders over our knees and then push up. Okay, so you want to gain that momentum to stand up. Alright, can you give that a go for me, pal? That's it. Good. See, that wasn't too bad, was it? And now sitting again. That's it. Nice and slow. Okay, so now we're going to time you doing 5 of these as a bit of an assessment so that when we come back, we know if you've improved or not. Okay, so when you're ready, I want you to do 5 in a row. Okay, go. That's it. 1 and down and up and 2. Good, Val. Down and 3. Good. 2 more.
Oh, jeez.
Up. That's it. Good. 1 more. And down. Beautiful, Val.
How'd it go?
So that was about 25 seconds.
Is that good?
That's not too bad for our first go. But that's good because then in the future we can come back and look at the way you did it as well as the time to see if you've made improvements. Okay, now we're going to do another little test, but what it is you're doing the same sit to stand, then we're walking 3 meters to this point, turning around and coming back, and then sitting back down.
As fast as I can.
Fast as you can, but not rushing yourself because we don't want you to fall. Okay? So when you're ready, I want you to bring yourself forward on the chair. Okay. And go. Sit up. Walk. Sit. Thanks.
Oh, I get a bit dizzy on the turn.
Okay, be careful then. Off we go, that's it. Oh, be careful, be careful. Okay, good job, Val. And that was 15 seconds.
Is that good?
Not too bad, there's room for improvement. Okay, and I've also just noticed you're stepping quite little. That's something we can work on too.
Oh, I've been stepping like that for years.
Yes, we'll give it a go to try and work on it, alright? Okay. Okay, Val, so here I've got some exercises for you to do over the next week before we come and see you again. So this is the little booklet that I've given you.
Why does this paper feel weird?
Oh, Val, it's recycled paper. Yeah, here at Peak Ridge, we're very environmentally friendly. Yeah, so we're using all our recyclables. So if you open the booklet, yeah, so this is the first one we're going to go through. So you know how you just did those 5, 6 sets? Yeah. As an exercise, we're going to do 10. Okay?
I'll try.
You're going to build those muscles in here and remember to do it properly. So there's some nice instructions on there for you to look at. And I want you to try and do 10 and then 2 lots of 10.
Right.
And try and do them morning and night if you can. Yeah?
I'll stick these on the fridge.
That'd be great. I think we should do that. So you remember to do them. So that's okay. Any questions about that one?
No, very clear.
Okay, good. The next one we're going to do is I want you to stand up for me. I'll hold this for you. Yep. Stand up. Now we're going to come and face this chair here. I'll move the chair out of the way. Okay. What we're going to do now is practice our balance.
Oh, me balance isn't good.
No, not good. Well, we might do a quick little measure of your balance, and that way we can also come back and look at that. So you're standing, can you let go of that chair there? Okay, that's alright. How about hang on again and put your feet together?
I don't know about that one.
Give it a go. Okay, try and let go.
Oh, no.
No?
I'll have
don't make me do it. Okay, we'll let that one go, but that's what we're going to use as our treatment. So I want you to stand in this chair either like this or like this. Yeah. And I want you to focus on getting your feet together and really trying just to touch this chair. Yeah. And if you like to even make it feel a bit safer, put that one like that. Okay. Now try, that's it. Good. That's it. Now keep working on that for me. We want to try and hold it for 10 seconds if we can. Okay. Together. Good. Okay, now I want you to try and do that with you sitting and standing as well. And see how you go. Just try and hold it as long as you can.
I'll do your best.
That's it. And morning and night as well. Okay? Great, Val. Okay, so the reason we did this with Val at home is because a study by Morland and Associates in 2003 looked at what the effect of a home exercise program has on women, particularly over the age of 80, like Val. So there's strong evidence suggesting that a home exercise program is very effective, as well as follow-up phone calls in reducing the number of falls that the elderly are having. So the exercise program that this study did consisted of moderate intensity strengthening exercises, balance exercises, and functional strengthening exercises such as stair climbing and sit to stands. So we included that with a bit of Val's treatment. We did the sit to stand, which is working on the functional strengthening and just general strengthening of her lower limbs. We also looked at the balance exercises which Val was really struggling with. So my plan is to follow up with Val over the phone over the next week, and then we reschedule in for a week's time. This evidence, it was drawn from 46 risk factor studies and 37 randomised controlled trials. It developed a practice guideline consisting of assessment items and recommended interventions for the community dwelling older adults. Evidence for risk factors was accepted from prospective studies with more than 80% follow-up. Evidence for interventions was examined from randomised controlled trials, and the strength of the evidence was graded. Recommendations for aspects of care where judgment was required were made by a panel. Study is of a decent age in 2003, and although still highly relevant. More recent articles may have been published since, slightly changing the results we see.
Hi, my name's Bronte. I'm one of the outpatients physios at Peak Performance Physio. At Peak Ridge Mine, we have an outpatients musculoskeletal clinic. It's a non-appointment based clinic where any of the miners can come in at any time. The idea is they can express any issues they have with workplace injuries, any concerns they might have about future injuries. We also extend the service to include sport injuries or community-acquired injuries. It was an initiative first set up between Peak Ridge Mine and Peak Performance Physio. The idea was to reduce expenditure on workplace injuries, and we extended this to be more about health promotion within the community of Peak Ridge. We have found that often injuries that occur at work are met with a lot of lack of support, complicated insurance processes, and a lot of time off work. This leads to a really negative relationship between the workplace and for patients. The literature shows us that if patients feel poorly treated by their workplace, they're met with much poorer patient outcomes. For example, a systematic review in 2014 showed that patients with workplace injuries who felt that they had severe injustice had much higher rates of severe pain, emotional distress, and pronounced disability. The research also showed us that this is not exclusively between co-workers and superiors, but also between co-workers and health professionals. So the way that we've set this up at Peak Ridge Mine is a really positive way of approaching injury, where the workers feel really supported by not only the workplace but by their health professionals. Utilising our outpatients clinic also means that intervention of injuries really re-stigmatise the approach to workplace injury to be a proactive one. When we accept other forms of injury that don't necessarily occur at work, this really helps with advocating positive approaches to injury within the community. And we've found that when the miners come in and express their concerns and they get help, this positive idea they have of their health really extends to their family and extends to the community as well. Lastly, we found that our clinic has been a really safe platform for patients to come, and we've been able to connect patients with a lot more complex issues with a multidisciplinary team. So, for example, this includes your mental health, chronic pain, and chronic diseases.
Oh, Chris, how you doing?
Oh, g'day, Bronte. I'm doing alright. How are you?
Yeah, good.
I was
What can I do for you?
playing footy on the weekend with my mates, and I sort of twisted on my knee, and yeah, now it's been real sore trying to lift at work, things like that. It's really bothering me.
Yeah, okay. Well, alright, can you tell me a little about lifting? From what surfaces, what heights?
Just sort of any height, but mainly when I bend my knees, if I squat down to pick something off
Right
the
down
ground.
to the ground, yeah.
And when
Okay.
I'm coming up, it's really quite painful.
So can you tell me about the injury on the weekend? What'd you do?
Just was running, sort of got into a bad position, and my leg was out, and I twisted on it, went down. Yeah,
Playing footy this weekend. Yeah, alright. Alright, and is it inflamed? How are you feeling about it?
it's still quite sore. I don't know what I should be doing. Should I be putting ice on it or bandaging it up or something?
Have you done any of that off your game? Any
Oh,
ice?
just
Any
a bit of-
matches?
The trainer gave me a bit of ice, but I didn't really think much of it, and I haven't taken any drugs for it.
Yeah, alright. What we'll do is we'll go get the clinic and have a look at it. But quickly before we do that, how's your daughter enjoying the school program?
Yeah, she's really loving the new activities that are going. She's trying to get me to come along to them actually.
Oh, good. I was like that. Alright, well, very good.